What's up, Digidestins? This is Kyle D, better known as RideMyAvatar, and today we are going over JP's meta. So, you know it's Japanese Tuesday, we're going to be posting about it, so without further ado, let's dive in the video and talk about it. So I expect this to be a slow week going forwards because of the Chinese New Year and all that always happens, and it affects a lot of the data when it's kind of slow weeks like this. But first, starting off, and with Worlds last weekend caused everyone kind of focus on Worlds and not really be playing in these events. So 7 Great Demon Lords got 5 tops since its conception, followed by Yellow Vaccine at 3, Blue Armor at 3, Shakamon at 2, Royal Knights at 2, Sons of Chaos at 2, Blue Green Imperial at 2, Numes, Bielza, Leo, Red Black Greymon, Diaboromon, Blue Purple Garurumon, Fanglong, Blue Flare, Millith, Setcon, Ragna, Galactic, Mastemon, Dog Bunny, and then Leviamon. So Dog Bunny is just the Terriermon deck, but just taking a look at it right now, not a lot of data for like 34 decks, which isn't crazy, but it's good just to keep an eye out on stuff like this because it does matter sometimes when you're just looking at the beginning of the format just to kind of see where things are going. But it looks like 7 Great Demon Lords has some decent possibilities here. One good thing about this is that I'm going to show you lists that don't play Raremon in it, so that you kind of can just not worry about breaking your piggy banks trying to get Raremons at the moment to either be reprinted or something like that. You know, this list here is an example of that with Analog Youth. Instead of using Raremon, use Analog Youth to kind of speed things up, and because your Digimon die naturally because they're going to be megas, they won't have inheritable stack, so Analog Youth isn't going to go off, but certain cards will though. So during certain circumstances that you can set up to get these to go off, it might seem some more valued because it'll give you some more memory to play with, especially because your opponent's going to choke you. The major flaw of this deck sometimes is your opponent can choke you out, and at least there's no restrictions on you being able to not digivolve like the Royal Knights did. This one allows you to digivolve, so you know Leviamon can go into Leviamon X with Analog Youths on board. You know, when you pop him the next turn, Analog Youth will give you a bunch more memory. You know, you also are using Penadium Flame because at least you can delete level 6s naturally with your own Digimon, so small trade-offs, small wins. I like the Biting Crush right here in the list. I think 4 of it's kind of mandatory just so that you can have Pop Goes the Weasel with Leviamons, and that really does help out. And then like even just this here, because you will be milling with some of your effects, so this can go into play, or it's if hidden security, it's going to blow something up. But another list similar is that they're using Sistermon Blanc, which is similar to Raremon's effect, is that on play you're going to be discarding 1 to draw 2, which again, Raremon's the same effect, but this is a 3-cost Digimon. Helps, you know, choke in better situations, especially with this deck. I think giving 4 going first sometimes is a death sentence against certain decks that are just really fast or very powerful, so giving 3 isn't as bad. So, and even on the crackback, when they give you 1, this is only giving them 2. They can't do as much with it. So stuff like that is very important. I like that they use Miss Memory Boost here to kind of just help mill out too. Then we do have Shakamon. Shakamon has very interesting going on for it. You know, this deck definitely is one of those decks that you can just run the Guillemon line here. So Gigi plus Guillemon, at least when they swing in, you're hoping that it's going to just get you the draw 2 that you need. And then you basically flip for later. You know, also having access to Fireball draws you 2 because this is a combo piece heavy deck that you need to get for your Digi-Evolution. You know, cost here to do like your Digi-Cross for the 4 of them to reduce this thing by 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? You know, but on play when Digivolving, all Digimon gain security attack 1 until the end of opponent's turn, and then when this Digimon would be deleted or returned to hand or deck, you may play 1 Shanzomon and 1 Geikumon, Shogomon, and Chohakamon from this Digimon's Digi-Evolution without paying its cost. All your Digimon with security -1 are turned to security attack +1, and then until the opponent's turn, you may place 1 Digimon with security attack on the top of its owner's security stack. So Shakamon is a very interesting deck. I feel like it has some potential. It's just gonna need some time to play around with. It follows in the weakness of if a Psychmon's on board, you're kind of screwed. That's why Guilmon X can come and deal with it, but you also have the option of Fireball to deal with it as well. So the deck is all about minusing security attacks to kind of just slow down your opponent's aggression, which is really good because sometimes you just need to slow down your opponent's aggression. So having this ability to slow it down really does help out, and it can lead to getting you some W's that way. Then let's talk about Diaboromon itself. Diaboromon, as you know, is a fan favorite and getting more support in BT17, but it's good to just check out because even though it has one top, you can take a look and see what they're kind of doing with it. So they're using the Cursorymon that gives the tokens rush because that's what you kind of want to do, is just spit out a metric shit ton of tokens and make your opponent just have a bad day. But they're using the new evolution line to kind of just get the, you know, if the sack goes pop, at least you'll get a couple tokens on board that kind of just are setting you up, and then basically you'll be ready for the next turn, hopefully, to be able to promote up and just deal some major damage. Stuff like that is very vital for deck construction early on, so stuff you really want to take into account are some of these ideas. But let's take a look at what the new stuff kind of does. So first off, the Caramon is on play. Reveal the top 3 cards, add 1 Tamer or option with Diaboromon in stacks and 1 Digimon with unidentified among them to your hand, trash the rest. If this Digimon has unidentified trait, you may play 1 Diaboromon. Same thing here with the Cursorymon. On deletion is the same, but on play, when Digivolving, delete 1 of your opponent's Digimon with a play cost 3 or less. This helps especially if you find Gutsomons or anything else that just say you can't play Digimon by effects. That means your tokens don't come out, but you need the Cursorymon to take care of that. But what's really nice is when you would play this, delete 1 of your Digimon with undefensified, reduce the play cost by 3, making a 2 cost come in. I think Mamamon's really important, actually, even going into the list, because you need to see your Tamer and get them out as soon as possible. And, you know, when you play another Digimon by effect, 1 of your Digimon gain blocker until the end of opponent's turn, that really helps out because now you can give your tokens that were just played the effect, which you really want to have. And then you have Infirmon. On play, when Digivolving, delete 1 of your Digimon with Diaboromon and saying this Digimon digivolves into Diaboromon from your hand without paying its cost. So it's not a bad trade-off here because, you know, a free Digi-evolution means more tokens. So, but also when 1 of your other Digimon with Diaboromon is played, digivolve 1 of your opponent's Digimon. So really solid there. And then you have Diaboromon himself, that this one start a main phase, and when digivolving, you play a Diaboromon token for free. Then all turns when an opponent's Digimon is played, you may activate this Digimon's when digivolving effect. All turns, all your other Digimon with Diaboromon is same game jamming and blocker. So really solid there. You kind of just gain that jamming and blocker to be able to proceed to just swing in for a bunch of tokens. And Armageddonmon just to speed rush your opponent, which is kind of really good, especially if you have 3 members to work with. Go in, make your opponent have a bad day. But all turns, all level 7s do not activate their when digivolving effects. That's great for level 7 aces that are forced to digivolve. Any on hard play though, you're screwed. Wish Armageddon had that ability to protect with that, but hey, it sometimes happens. We'll have to see what goes on with that going forwards, but all in all, really solid list. Then we are going to talk about Raggy Boy here. At least this Raggy's a little more budget friendly. This one isn't playing the promo, and it's just playing the regular Ragna Lord stuff. So if you take a look, it's playing the old Ragna Lord just because this security attack 1 and then reboot. You may place 1 Dora or Ludamon from your hand on the top of this Digivolution, reduce the Digivolution cost by 3. So with the new stuff, this one gives piercing, and while this Digimon is Ragna, it gains the security effects on cards checked by this Digimon do not activate. So that's really nasty, shuts off Tamers. And then you do have this one giving blocker. While this Digimon is Ragna, it can't leave the battle area other than by your effects or deletion. So deletion effects are the only way you're kind of just getting this thing off the board. All possibilities are endless here, but they are using the new Shakamon. So this thing, I don't know, I mispronounced that, whatever. Start your main phase by returning 1 card with Legend Arms traits from this Digimon's Digivolution to your hand, gain a memory. You know, Zubamon is basically by paying 1 cost and placing this card as a bottom Digivolution of 1 of your Digimon, your level 3s, or has a Legend Arms. This Digimon gains plus 4,000 DP, and when effect places a Digivolution under this Digimon, draw a card. So, you know, all the new ones kind of just do some sort of benefit. By paying 1, you can just build more into your stacks and make them a lot more scarier, you know. but you also play Ragna Lord Ace here. The Blast Digi-Evolution is just really nasty. DNA, being able to, as one of them is out, if your opponent swings in, you can just DNA and make your opponent have a bad day. Because it gets Raid and Reboot. Trash the top card of your opponent's security stack, and this Digimon isn't affected by your opponent's effects until the end of your opponent's turn. Then, if you DNA, Digivolve, Digivolve all your opponent's Digimon and delete one of their Digimon. That's just annoying as hell. But, you know, it does what it wants to do. This deck is pretty solid. It's very aggressive and it has the potential to be really nasty. Do I think you probably want to have promos and stuff like that? Probably, but there's a lot of potential at the end of the day what you can do. So guys, what did you think of this? I think that's the last deck. Nope, we actually have one more. Whoopsies, I'm not that bright. We're going to talk about SetCon as well. SetCon kind of just showing up with some new tools to work with. I like the cute Mon tech. We got Magna Mons up the wazoo here, but with the new additions with SetCon, you can now work with cards like Seraphimon Ace, you know, Blast Digi-Evolution on play when Digivolve Recovery 1. Then all turns when this card is added, a card is added to your security deck, return one of your opponent's Digimon with a high or low level as the number of cards in your security stack to their hand. Then you have Ophanimon Ace, that's basically on play when Digivolving by trashing the top card or bottom of your security stack. One of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 8,000 DP for the turn. Then when a card is removed from your security stack, if it's your turn, this Digimon may gain security +1 from your attack, and if it's your opponent's, recovery 1. So basically a nice trade-off. You lose one, but you add one. So, and then Dominionmon is basically searches your security stack. You may play one level 5 or lower with Angel or Archangel traits among them without paying its cost. Then shuffle your security stack. One of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 7,000 DP for the turn. All turns when one of your Digimon with Angel, Archangel, or 3 Great Angel traits would leave the battle area other than by one of your effects or in bad battle. Trash the top card of your security stack, prevent it from leaving play. So, really solid. Dominionmon puts some nice work in keeping your bodies there. And then Descendant of the 3 Greats. You may place one Digimon with Angel, Archangel, or 3 Great Angel traits from your hand at the bottom of your security stack. Then place this card in the battle area. Then one of your Digimon with Angel, Archangel traits is deleted. Delay. Search your security stack. You may place one card with 3 Great Angel traits among them without paying its cost. Shuffle your security stack. So basically guarantees these guys come in, these two come in really nicely. Or is it 3 Great Angel traits? Or you have an option of going into Mastemon in your list because you just play, you know, Angelwomon, Ace, plus Lady Devi. This now means on play when Digivolving, you may place one level 5 or lower Digimon with Angel, Archangel, or Fallen Angel traits from your hand or trash without paying its cost. Then if DNA, place one other Digimon to the bottom of its owner's security stack, trash the top card of your opponent's security stack until there are 4 cards left in your security stack. Mastemon Ace is really nasty, and it's very possible that this could be the new way of playing SetCon. So, guys, this is the end of the video this time, not like last time. So guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you next one. Peace.